Hello student, that day we have discussed exercise 9.1 up to question number 12 and I gave 13 as a homework and all of you did the homework correctly and gave me the snap of your solution in our WhatsApp group. So today we are going to discuss on the question number 14. So all of you take out the page number 205 of your NCERT textbook. Okay, see the question number 14. Read the question. The question says that a 1.2 meter tall girl spot a balloon moving with the wind in a horizontal line at a height of 88.2 meter from the ground. Okay, the angle of elevation of the balloon from the eyes of the girl at any instant is 60 degree. After some time, the angle of elevation reduces to 30 degree. The figure is also given in the book. You have to find the distance traveled by the balloon during the interval. Okay, so the figure is already given. See the figure. Let me draw the figure. Okay, first let me draw the figure. Suppose two balloons are there. Yes or no? Two balloons are there. This is one balloon and this is another balloon. Okay, this is one balloon and this is another balloon. Now see, a girl, the height is given 1.2 meter. Suppose this is the girl. Suppose this is the girl and the height is given 1.2 meter. The height is given 1.2 meter. The angle of elevation, and we have already discussed what is angle of elevation, what is angle of depression. Yes or no? Suppose if you want to see any object above your head, then you have to raise your head. That means you have to see upward. So then the angle between your line of sight and your horizontal line, this is known as angle of elevation. Yes or no? This is known as your angle of elevation. Now see, here the angle of elevation is given. How much? It is given your 60 degree. This is the girl. So the angle of elevation is given from the angle of elevation is given. See this one. Horizontal line and the angle of instant is given 60 degree. So this is given to 60 degree. This angle is given to 60 degree. This angle is given to 60 degree. Now when balloon, suppose this is the position E, suppose this is the position E. Now when the balloon moves from E to suppose this position, suppose this is the position C. So when the balloon moves from E to C, suppose C, then the angle of elevation will decrease to 30 degree. Now the angle of elevation will be 30 degree. Okay, now the angle of elevation will be 30 degree. This is 60 degree and this is a 30 degree. This is a 30 degree. Yes, this is 60 degree and this is a 30 degree. Now the distance is given. Now see, the balloon moving with the wind in a horizontal line at a height of 88.2 meter. That means this distance is given. This distance is given. How much? 88.2 meter. That means the distance of the balloon from the ground is given. 88.2 meter. Okay, 88.2 meter. This distance is given 88.2 meter. Now you have to find the distance traveled by the balloon during the interval. That means you have to find this distance. That means this distance. Suppose this is the distance E, this is the point E, this is the point C. Now you have to find the distance. Yes or no? You have to find this distance. Suppose this is your A point. Suppose this is the A point. That means this is your height of your girl. Suppose this is your B point. Yes. And suppose this is your D point. So let me draw one line. Suppose this is your D point. This is your D point. That means you have to find BD. What? You have to find BD. This is BD. Okay, you have to find BD. Now see, the height of the girl is given how much? 1.2 meter. The height of the girl is given 1.2 meter. You have to find that how much distance the balloon traveled. Okay, that means you have to find BD. Now suppose this is your Y. Suppose this is your Y meter. Suppose this is your Y meter, and this is Y meter. Yes. Now you have to find this distance BD. That means this distance. Yes or no? This distance. So now see this one. Suppose this is your A, B, C, D. Suppose this is F point. Now see A, F. Suppose this is your A, B, C, F, G point. Now see this is one rectangle. Yes or no? Now this distance AF will be equal to BG. So BG will be also equal to 1.2 meter. Yes or no? BG will be also equal to 1.2 meter. BG will be also equal to 1.2 meter. Clear up to this? All of you draw the figure in your book. Sorry, in your copy, draw the figure. Pause the video and draw the figure. Okay. This is 60 degree and this is a 30 degree. Now see, you have to find BD. Okay. So you have to write down some statement. So write down the statement in the figure. All of you write down the statement in the figure. The angle of elevation. Now see, E is the first position of the balloon and C is the first position of the balloon and C is your second position of the balloon. Yes or no? E is the first position of the balloon and C is the second position of the balloon. Clear? Now all of you write down in your copy. In the figure, the angle of elevation for the first position of the balloon. Write down in the figure the angle of elevation for the first position of the balloon, that is angle EAD. This one, angle EAD. That means angle EAD equal to how much? Equal to 60 degree. It is given, yes or no? 60 degree. And for the second position, that is this one, C, point C. And for the second position, the angle of elevation is reduced to 30 degree. Yes or no? It is already given in your book that when the balloon moves from E to C, the angle of elevation reduces. Yes or no? From 60 degree to 30 degree. Yes or no? Now so write down for the second position, the angle of elevation reduced to 30 degree. That is your CAB. That is your CAB equal to 30 degree. Clear up to this? So 30 degree. Now write down the vertical distance. This one. Your vertical distance is this one. ED and BC. Yes or no? ED and BC. Now see the vertical distance. Write down the vertical distance. The vertical distance of the balloon from the guard equal to your. Now see this will be also, now if you join this one, it will be also one rectangle. So if you join this one, this will be also a rectangle. So that's why ED will be equal to your BC. Yes or no? ED will be equal to BC. So ED equal to BC. Now see, how can you find BC? How can you find BC? Now see, you know the value of this one, this whole value. Yes or no? That means CG is given here 88.2 meter. The whole, that means the distance of the balloon from the ground is given 88.2 meter, and you know the value CG and you know the value BG, because AF and BG are equal. Since it is a rectangle, since it is a rectangle, So AF and BG are equal. So BG will be also equal to 1.2 meter. Now see, if you subtract BG from CG, then you will get BC. Yes or no? If you subtract BG from CG, then you will get BC. Yes or no? So ED and BC will be equal to your CG minus BG, and CG we know 88.2 meter and BG we know 1.2 meter. So subtract it. Now when you subtract, what will be your answer? The result will be your how much? 87 meter. Yes or no? 87 meter. That means your BC is your 87 meter. Yes or no? The whole CG is your 88.2 meter. The whole CG is your 88.2 meter. 88.2 meter. And BG we know 1.2 meter. So BC will be your 87 meter. Up to this clear? All of you? Write down up till now. Write down this one in your copy. Okay. Clear? Okay. Now see. Now you have to find BD. Yes or no? You have to find BD. Yes. So if you let AD equal to X, suppose you let AD equal to X meter. Okay. So can I rub this? Okay. Now see. If you let AD equal to X meter, write down. Let AD equal to X meter and your AB equal to AB, or you can write this one also, FG. AB, because AB and FG are same. Yes or no? Because AB and FG are same, it will be same. So write down AB equal to your FG equal to Y meter. Because why? Because this is a rectangle. So AB, FG and AB will be equal. In the same way, AF and BG will be equal. We let AD equal to X meter. Up to this clear? AD equal to X meter and AB and FG equal to Y meter. Clear? Now see. Now first, if you take this triangle ADE, this one, the smaller one. Now I don't. Now in triangle ADE. Now I done in triangle ADE. Now see, if you take 1060 degree, now see for this angle, your perpendicular is ED, AD is your base, and AE is your hypotenuse. Yes or no? And we know the ratio of 1060 degree, that means 10 is your perpendicular by base. Yes or no? We know the ratio for 10 is your perpendicular by base. Yes or no? The ratio of 10 is your perpendicular by base. All of you know this one. So 1060 degree. So 1060 degree, it will be your base by perpendicular by base, and base is your ED or DE. You can write DE or ED, same. And your base will be AD. Yes or no? And we know that the value of 1060 is how much? Value of 1060 is a √3. I have already discussed this thing, the value of 1060, then 1030, sin 60, sin 30, cos 30, cos 60, yes or no? Sec 30, sec 60. All of you I have discussed in the table, yes or no? You have to memorize this one. Now see, what is the value of 1060? √3. What is the value of DE? DE. DE is your 87. We have already found the value of DE is 87 meter. And now AD into so we can write X. That means the value of X will be how much? If you cross multiply and if you divide, that will be 87 by √3. This will be the value of X. After this clear? the value of x will be 87 by root 3. Yes or no? So keep it like this. Now see. Up to this clear? Yes or no? Up to this clear? Yes? Now take this triangle A, B, C. All of you take this one triangle. Triangle A, B, and C. All of you take this triangle A, B, and C. And if you take this triangle A, B, and C, and if you take 10, 30 degree, now see in this triangle ABC, your perpendicular is your BC, AB is your base, and AC is your hypotenuse. Yes or no? So write down in triangle ABC, your 10, 30 degree, it is your how much? It will be your perpendicular by base, and we know in this triangle the perpendicular is your BC and the base is your AB. Now what is the value of 10, 30? 10, 30 is 1 by root 3. Yes or no? 10, 30 is your 1 by root 3. And BC, we have already found that BC and ED are same, and it is nothing but the value is your 87 meters. Yes or no? Just now we have found this one. And you have to find AB. And in place of AB, we can put what? We can put Y, because yes or no? Because we let that AD equal to X meter and AB or FG equal to Y meter. So in place of AB, we can write down what? We can write down Y. Yes or no? So write down Y. Now if you cross multiply it, Y will be 87 into root 3 meter. Yes, up to this clear? 87 into root 3 meter. Now see, this is your, we have to find BD. Yes or no? We have to find BD. So how can you find BD? How can you find BD? Very easy. Now see, if you subtract BD, that means AD. If you subtract AD from AB, then you will get BD. Yes or no? That means if you subtract X, because X is nothing but AD, so if you subtract X from Y, then you will get BD. Clear up to this? If you subtract X from Y, then you will directly get BD. Up to this clear? So we have already found the value of X, we have already found the value of Y. Now if you subtract the value of X, that means your 87 by root 3, from 87 root 3, you will get the value of BD, that is the distance between the two positions of your what? The distance between the two positions of your balloon. Yes or no? So suppose this is your 1 and suppose this is your 2. Yes or no? Now if you subtract 1 from 2, then you will get BD. So up to this clear? Write down in your copy. All of you write down in your copy. Take 2 minutes and write down in your copy this one. Now if you subtract 2 from 1, then you will get BD. Yes or no? So all of you do this one. Subtract 2 from 1. All of you now subtract 2 from 1, then you will get BD. Yes or no? You will get BD. Now see, if you subtract 2 from 1, not 2 from 1, you have to subtract 1 from 2, because 2 is your Y. So if you subtract, you have to subtract 1 from 2. Yes or no? That means your Y minus X. This will be your 87 root 3 minus 87 by root 3. Yes or no? Meter. Now do it. If you now see, if you take the LCM will be root 3. Yes or no? The LCM will be root 3. If you take the LCM will be root 3. Now take the LCM as root 3. Then if you subtract it, now see, if you multiply it, 87 root 3 into root 3, so it will be 87 into 3. Yes or no? So it will be 87 into 3. Now it will be 87. Up to this clear? Now see, many of you do the mistake here. Now see, if you can multiply 87 into 3, then you can subtract 87 from this result, but it will take little bit time. Yes or no? The best way is, now see, if you take 87 common, then it will be easy for you. Now see, you can also find by the previous method. That means if first you have to multiply 87 into 3, then you have to subtract 87, but it will take a little bit time. Yes or no? Now to save time, if you now see 87 is present here also, 87 is present here also. Now if you take 87 common, then it will be 3 minus 1 within the bracket. Yes or no? Now take 87 common, then it will be 3 minus 1 by root 3. Yes. Now see, if you take 87 common, 3 minus 1 will be 2. So 87 into 2 by root 3. Up to this clear? 87 into 2 by root 3. Yes or no? 87 by 2 by root 3. Now do one thing. You know, that means you have to rationalize the denominator. So how can you rationalize the denominator? Just multiply root 3, then it will be rationalize root 3 into root 3. Then here also. That means if you multiply the denominator, now see, if you multiply in the denominator, you have to multiply in the numerator also. Yes or no? This is the rule. Yes or no? This is the rule. If you multiply in the denominator, you have to multiply in the numerator also. Yes or no? So multiply, it will be 87 into 2 into root 3. Now root 3 and root 3, it will be 3. Yes or no? Root 3 and root 3, if you multiply, it will be 3. Now it will be how much? 87 into 2 into root 3, it will be 3. Now see, 87 will be divided by root 3. Yes or no? By 3. How many times? It will be 29 times, because if you multiply 29 by 3 with 3, you will get how much? You will get 87. Now see, what is the rule to check whether a number is your divisible by 3 or not? I have told you in the class 9. Yes or no? Now see, you have to check the summation of the digit. If the summation of the digit is divided by 3, then the number will be divided by 3 itself. What is the rule? If the summation of the digit is divided by 3, then the number will be divisible by 3. Now see, 8 plus 7, 15. 15 is divisible by 3. That's why 87 will be also divisible by 3. Now if you do it, it will be how many times? It will be 29 times. Yes or no? 29 into 3, it will be 87. Now multiply it, your result will be 29 into 2 into root 3. Now if you multiply 29 with 2, it will be how much? 58. 2 9s are 18, 1 k 2 is 4, 4 plus 1 58. So answer will be 58 root 3 meter. That means the distance between the two balloon, not two balloon, that means the distance between the two position of the balloon. Yes or no? That means the distance between the two position of the balloon is your this one, 58 root 3 meter. Clear? Okay. So write down hence the distance traveled by the, so write down hence the distance traveled by the balloon during the interval. So I don't, hence the distance traveled by the balloon during the interval is your 58 root 3 meter. Yes, clear up to this? If you have any doubt regarding the explanation part, ask me in our WhatsApp group or ask me in the comment. Then I will again explain in the next class. Okay. Now all of you see the question number 15. All of you see the question number 15. Okay. All of you see the question number 15. Read the question. All of you read the question number 15. What it says? The question says that a straight highway, okay, one highway is there. A straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. Okay, a straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. Okay, a straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. A man standing at the top of the tower observes a car at an angular. Here the concept of angular depression will come. Yes or no? Now see, a straight highway leads to a foot of a tower. Okay. Second line is A man standing at the top of the tower observe a car at an angle of depression 30 degree. Now see, which is approaching the foot of the tower with an uniform speed. Okay. 6 seconds later, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degree. Okay. Find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. Now see, here the speed is given. That means here the concept of, that means that you have to use the formula speed equal to how much? Speed equal to distance by time. You have to use this formula. We have already found this formula in your science, yes or no? Speed and distance chapter in the class 9, yes or no? So you have to apply this formula to solve the question. And again here, this is the angular depression is come, yes or no? Then we have already discussed one problem regarding the angular depression, and all of you understood, yes or no, this concept of angular depression. So what is the angular depression? That day also I gave one example. Suppose this is the duster. Suppose this is the duster. Suppose this is the duster. Now when, and this duster is below my head, yes or no? Below my head, yes or no? Now when I want to see the duster, or when I want to look the duster, I have to look down, yes or no? I have to look down. When it is below, above my head, I have to look upward. But when it is below my head, I have to look down. Now see, this is the your angle of, not the angle, this is the your horizontal line. That means the line along the eye. The line along the eye is your horizontal line. And the path along which I am watching the duster, the path along which I am watching the duster is a line of sight. Yes or no? That things I already explained in the first class of our height and distance. Yes or no? Now see, this is the line along the eye is the line of sight, and the path along which I am looking the duster is the, or I am watching the duster is the line of sight. Now the angle between the, what, horizontal line, that means that is the line along my eyes, and the line of sight is known as the angle of depression. Yes or no? The things I think you understand very easily. Yes or no? Now see, now let me draw a figure. Suppose a highway is there, a straight highway leads to the foot of the tower. Okay. Suppose AB is the tower. Suppose AB is the tower. Okay. Suppose AB is the tower. Suppose AB is the tower, and a straight highway leads to the foot of the tower. Okay. Suppose this is the foot of the tower. This is the top of the tower. A is the top of the tower. A is the top of the tower, and B is the what? B is the foot of the tower. Okay. After this clear that A is the top of the tower and B is the your foot of the tower. Clear? Now see, the highway leads to the foot of the tower. This is the highway, and the highway leads to the foot of the tower. Okay. Now see, a man standing at the top of the tower. Now see, the man is standing at the top of the tower. So for suppose some object is there, so he has to look down to watch the object, or to look the object, he has to look down. So there the angular depression concept will come. Now see, a man standing at the top of the tower, this is point A, observe a car at an angular depression of 30 degrees. Suppose this is the position of the car C. Now the car is here, the man is here. So for looking the car, he has to look down. Yes, no, he has to look down. This is the angle of, this is the your horizontal line. Yes, no, this is the horizontal line. That means the line along the eye of the man. Eye of the man or eye of the person. Yes, no, this is the horizontal line. Yes. Now for looking the car, he has to look down. So this is the angular depression is given. This angle is given. How much? This angle is given. The angular depression is given here. How much? 30 degree. This angular depression is given here 30 degree. Up to this clear? Yes or no? Up to this clear? Yes or no? Tower is given. Tower is given, and this is the highway. This highway leads to the foot of the tower. This is the foot of the tower. Now a car is standing here. A car is moving here. Car is here, and the man, if the man wants to look the car, he has to look down, and then the angular depression will be formed. Yes or no? Now see, the angular depression the man standing at the top of the tower and observe a car at an angle of depression of 30 degree. This angle of depression is 30 degree. Now see, okay, which is approaching the foot of the tower. That means the car is approaching, the car is moving, which is that means this is the previous position of the car. See, the car is approaching towards the what? Towards the car is approaching towards the foot of the tower. That means the point B with an uniform speed. Okay, with a uniform speed. Okay, now 6 seconds later, that is after 6 seconds, the angular depression of the car is found to be 60 degrees. Suppose now D. Suppose now D is the position of the car after 6 seconds. That means after 6 seconds, with uniform, the speed is not given. We have to take the like the speed. Suppose x meter per second. Suppose the car is moving with a speed x meter per second, and after 6 seconds, it will reach point D. And at point D, the angle of depression is given how much? 60 degree. Up to this clear? At point D, the angular depression is given 60 degree. That means this angle. You have to find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. Okay, that means find the time taken by the car. That means from D to how much time you have to find how much time the car will take to reach from point D to point B. You have to find how much time the car will take to reach from point D to point B. Clear? Okay, this is your question. So suppose this is point D. Now see, that day I have already explained. That means if this angle will be, because here this horizontal line and this your ground will be parallel, so this angle will be equal to this angle, because this will be S here. S is the transversal, so this angle will be equal to this angle. And again here at point D, AD will be transversal, so this angle will be equal to this angle. So this will be 60 degree. Isn't up to this clear? Now see, the car is moving from point C to point D at some uniform speed. So we have to take some speed. So write down, let the height of the tower. So write down, let the height of the tower, you can take h meter. Let the height of the tower is h meter. Let the height of the tower is h meter, and the speed of the car is x meter per second. So write down, let the height of the tower is h meter. Okay, let the height of the tower is your h meter, and uniform speed of the car is x meter per second. Okay, clear? Now see. Now what is the length? That means what is this distance CD? Now see, we have already known one formula: speed equal to distance by time. Yes or no? Speed equal to distance by time. Speed equal to distance by time. Up to this clear? Now see, in the question itself it is given that the car is traveling with a uniform speed, and after 6 seconds the angle of depression is 60 degree. After 6 seconds the angle of depression is 60 degree. That means when the car moves from C to D, that means to move from C to D, the car will take 6 seconds. That means time is given 6 seconds. That means the speed we know x, we have already taken x meter per second. That means for traveling this distance, time is 6 seconds is given, and distance is your CD. Now see, the CD will be what? CD will be 6 into x. Yes or no? CD will be 6x meter. Up to this clear? Up to this clear or not? If you have any doubt regarding this, you can ask me in our WhatsApp group, okay, or in a comment box, okay. Up to this clear, speed equal to distance by time. Now we have already taken the speed x meter per second. Now we know the value of time 6 seconds. So if you cross multiply, CD will be 6x meter. Up to this clear? So you can write down these things. Yes or no? You can write down these things separately. Okay, like this. So write down comma, distance traveled. So the distance traveled by the car to reach from C to D, that is CD. That is CD equal to how much? 6x meter. 6x meter. After this clear? Now see, this is the meter per second and this is the second. Now if you multiply meter per second and second, so second and second will be cancelled out, and your remaining, your unit will be meter. Yes or no? That things you know, I think, because in our science classes in the class 9 there is your chapter speed and distance, and that in that chapter we have already discussed these things. So this is the unit of x is a meter per second, the unit of time is a second. Now when you multiply it, meter per second into second, meter per second into second. Yes or no? Meter per second to second. So second and second will cancel out, will be cancelled, and the remaining unit is meter. This is the into the distance, SI into the distance. Yes or no? So these things you know. So it will be 6x meter. Now see, you have to find the time. You have to find the time required for the car to move from point D to point B. Yes. Now in the question itself, it is said that the car is moving with a uniform speed. What do you mean by uniform speed? Uniform speed means the speed will neither decrease nor increase. It will remain constant. The uniform speed means what? The speed will neither decrease nor increase. The speed will neither decrease or increase. It will remain constant. This is the meaning of uniform speed. But in the question itself, it is given that the car is moving with a uniform speed. That means the speed will remain same, x meter per second. Yes or no? So you have to find the time required for a car to move from point D to point B, and thus your speed will remain constant. Now, if you let the time required for a car to travel from D to B is t seconds. So if you let time, let time required for the car to travel from point D to point B, that is BD equal to t second. After this clear? So we let that time required for a car to travel from point D to point B is t second. Okay, after this clear? So all of you write down up to this in your copy. Let the time required for the car to travel from point D to point B, that is BD or DB. You can write DB also. You can write DB also. No problem. You can write DB also. Equal to t second. Yes or no? Now see, if you know the time is t second and you know that the speed is x meter per second, so what will be the value of the distance BD? What will be the value of the distance BD? Just apply this formula. Speed equal to distance by time. Just apply this formula. In the previous, it will be how much? X by 6. So that's why it will be 6x. Now here in this case, it will be in case of distance. In place of distance, you have to write down BD. In place of speed, it will remain same, x meter per second. In place of time, you have to put t second, because we let that the time required for the car to move from D to point B is t second. So here the speed is x, it will remain same, because it is already given in the question that the car is moving, because the car is moving with a uniform speed. What do you mean by uniform speed? Uniform speed means that the speed will neither decrease nor increase. It will remain constant. This is the meaning of uniform speed. Yes or no? And since it is given that the car is moving with a uniform speed, so the speed will remain constant, that is x meter per second. Up to this clear? Now see x, now the distance will be your BD, time is your t second. Now if you cross multiply it, the BD will be xt meter, again meter per second and second. So second and second will be cancelled out and your BD will be xt meter. Up to this clear? Yes or no? Up to this clear? Okay. So write down now. So, okay, all of you write. After this, write down in your copy. Clear? So, let me flash Rabbit. Now see, write down. So, the distance BD. You can write this one. Yes or no? Along the question, you can write like this. So the distance BD will be your xt, x into t meter. Yes or no? That means we have found this distance. This distance is your 6x meter. 6x meter. And this distance is your tx meter or xt meter. You can do anything. Xt meter. Yes or no? After this, you know. Now you have to find the value of t. You have to find the value of t. Now see. Now, if you take the triangle ACB. Now, if you take the triangle ACB. Now see. So write down. In triangle ACB. It means the bigger one. Triangle ACB. Now see, for this angle 30 degree, your perpendicular will be AB and BC will be your base. And we know that that is the trigonometric ratio for your 10 is your perpendicular by base. So 10 30 degree, it will be your AB by BC. Yes or no? AB by BC. Okay. So what is the value of 1030? 1 by root 3. What is the value of AB? Suppose 8 meter. Yes or no? And BC is nothing but CD plus BD. BC we can write CD plus BD. Yes. BC we can write CD plus BD. Now, in place of CD, we can write 6x, and in place of BD, we can write xt or tx. Yes or no? Up to this clear? In place of CD, we can write 6x meter, and in place of BD, we can write tx meter. Just now we have found this one. Now see. if you cross multiply it, it will be root 3 into h equal to your 6x plus tx method. Now from here you can take x common. That means root 3h equal to, if you take x common, it will be 6 plus t. Yes. Now if you take root 3 here to the right hand side, it will be x plus 6 plus t by root 3. Yes or no? So give it number 1. Give it number 1. Clear? All of you write down up to this. Okay. Now see, again, if you take the triangle ADB, right angle triangle ADB, now see, in triangle ADB, tan 60 degree, it will be your same for this angle. AB is your perpendicular and BD is your base. So AB by BD. Now, what is the value of tan 60? Tan 60 is nothing but your root 3. AB is your h and BD is your 6x. We have already found 6x. This is x, okay? This is x, 6x meter. Now, if you cross multiply it, it will be 6 into or 6 root 3 x equal to h. Yes or no? 6 root 3 x equal to h. So give this one number 2. Number 2. Now see, if you see number 1 and number 2, one side h and h is there, and in the other side 6 root 3x, and in another side x whole 6 plus t by root 3. That means from 1 and 2 we can conclude that 6 root 3x equal to x whole 6 plus root 3 by root 3, 6 plus t by root 3. Yes or no? We can conclude these things. So write down from 1 and 2. So write down from 1 and 2. From 1 and 2 we can write this one, x 6 plus t by root 3 equal to what? 6 root 3. Yes or no? 6 root 3 x. Now see, this is x, okay? This is x. Now see, x and x will get cancelled. X and x will get cancelled. Why? Because in the left hand side also x is present here, in the right hand side also x is present here. So x and x will get cancelled. Now if you cross multiply it, it will be 6 plus t. Now see, if you cross multiply it, root 3 and root 3, it will be 3. So 6 into 3, it will be 18. Up to this clear? If you cross multiply it, it will be 6 into root 3 into root 3. Now you know root 3 and root 3 will be root 3 square. And root 3 square will be nothing but 3. So 6 into 3 is 18. Now if you take 6 to the right hand side, it will be 18 minus 6. Yes or no? It will be 18 minus 6. 1 minute. Now see, one correction will be there. I have put the value of BD wrongly. It will be xt, yes or no? It will be not 6x, because 6x is the value of CD. The value of BD will be tx, yes or no? So I have put the value wrongly. The value of BD will be tx, not 6x. Okay. Now see, if you put the value of tx, BD equal to tx, then if you cross multiply it, then h will be equal to root 3 into t into x. Now see, from 1 and 2, from 1, the value of h is your x whole 6 plus root 3 by root 3, 6 plus t by root 3, and from 2, the value of h is your root 3 into t into x. Now see, from 1 and 2, we can conclude that the value of, that means the left hand side and left hand side are equal. So right hand side will be equal to right hand side. Yes or no? We can equate this. So I done from 1 and 2, root 3 into t into x will be equal to x plus t by root 3. Yes, until this clear. Now if you cross multiply it, root 3 into t, now see x and x will get cancelled. Because why? Because x is present in the left hand side also, in the right hand side also. So x and x will get cancelled. So your answer will be, now if you multiply root 3 into root 3, so it will be 3. So it will be 3t, then it will be 6 plus t. Yes or no? 6 plus t. Now if you take this t to the left hand side, it will be 3t minus t. So it will be 2t. So 2t will be equal to 6. Now your t will be equal to 3. That means the time required for the car to move from point D to point B is your 3 seconds. Yes or no? This is the time required for the car to move from point D to point B. Yes or no? So write down. Hence the required time. So write down. Hence the required time by the car. Hence the required time taken by the car. So write down. Hence the required time taken by the car to reach the foot. This is the foot of the your what tower. So write down. Hence the time or required time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower is 3 seconds. We have already found that the value of t is 3 seconds. So write down. Hence the required time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower is 3 seconds. Okay. So this is clear. All of you pause the video and write down in your OP. The things I put wrongly the value of BD. The value of BD should be, see the figure, the value of BD should be x t meter, not 6x meter. 6x is the value of CD and xt is the value of BD. So the value of BD will be tx meter. Now if you cross multiply, it will be root 3 into t into x. Then if you equate it, you can find the value of t. That is the 3 seconds. Okay, clear? So the last question, see the last question, question number 16. Then our exercise will be completed. Our trigonometry, whole the trigonometry chapter will be completed. Then from the next class, I am going to discuss the sample paper and the question from R.D. Sharma. Okay. So the last question, see the last question, question number 16. See the last question, page number 205, question number 16. Read the question. The angle of elevation of the top of a tower from 2 points, okay, at a distance of 4 meter and 9 meter from the base of the tower and in the same straight line with it are complementary. Now see, that day, that means that in the suppose second or third lecture of our trigonometry chapter, I explain you what do you mean by complementary angles, what do you mean by supplementary angles. What do you mean by complementary angles? If the summation of two angles is 90 degree, then the two angles are called complementary angles. Yes or no? And if the summation of two angles is your 180 degree, then the two angles are known as supplementary angles. So how can you remember? Because many of the students confuse about complementary, supplementary. Now see, in the English alphabet, C will come before S. Yes or no? In the English alphabet, C will come before S. C means for complementary, S for supplementary. So how can you remember? Just remember that in the alphabet, C comes before S. That means C comes before S. That means S is for the value of S should be bigger. The value of S should be lesser. Lesser means 90 degree. Bigger means 180 degree. So your complementary, the summation of the two angle will be 90 degree. In a supplementary, the summation of the two angle will be 180 degree. This way you can remember. Why? Because in in English alphabet, the C S will come after C. So the value of, that means the number of C, that means the value of S will be more than C. So more means 180 degree, C that means 90 degree. So that's why you can remember this thing. So here the angles are given complementary. Then you have to find, you have to prove that height of the tower is 6 meters. Okay. Now see, let me draw the figure. The angle of elevation of the top of a tower from 2 points at a distance of 4 meter and 9 meter from the base of the tower and in the same straight line. Okay. Suppose this is the tower. Suppose this is the tower. Suppose this is the tower AB. One point is there C. Suppose one point is there C. Now see the angle of elevation of top of the tower. That means the point of the point A. 2 points at a distance of 4 meter. That means suppose this point is at a distance of 4 meter. At a distance of 4 meter. And another point which is a 9 meter from the base of the tower. This is the base of the point, this is the top of the point. So another point is there, suppose point D, which is from 9 meter from the base. That means this distance is given 9 meter. Have you understood the question? One tower is there, one point is there which is 4 meter from the base of the tower. Another point is there, suppose point D, which is 9 meter away from the base of the tower. Okay. So, and here one condition is given in the same straight line. That means C and D in the same straight line. That means the point C and point D will lie on the same line. Yes or no? And the angle straight line with it are complementary. That means this will be one angle of elevation. That means from point C, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is this one, and from point D, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower, this point A will be this one. Now see the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the 2 points, that means point C and point D. The angle of elevation, try to understand the question. The angle of elevation, try to understand the question. The angle of elevation from the 2 points, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the 2 given point is complementary. That means the summation of these 2 angles will be how much? 90 degree. Just now we have discussed what is complementary angle, what is supplementary angles. Complementary angles means 2 angles are said to be complementary when their summation is 90 degree, and 2 angles are said to be supplementary angles when their summation is 180 degree. Now see the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the 2 point, from the 2 given point is complementary. That means suppose this angle is theta, then this angle will be 90 minus theta. Or if you take this angle is theta, this angle will be on 90 minus theta. Up to this clear? Okay. Now see, if you take this angle is theta, since these 2 angles are, the summation of these 2 angles are your complementary angles. So if this angle will be theta, then this angle will be 90 minus theta. Yes or no? Up to this clear? 90 minus theta. Yes or no? Because ACB, it is given in the question that ACB, angle ACB plus angle ADB is your 90 degree. Now if you take ACB as theta, you don't need to write down this one. Okay. If you take ACB as theta plus ADB equal to 90 degree. Now if you take ACB as theta, so ADB will be your how much? 90 minus theta. Up to this clear or not? ADB will be 90 minus. Now see, if ACB is theta, then ADB will be 90 minus theta. Up to this clear? Clear? Okay. Now see, you have to prove that the height of the tower is 6 meter. That means you have to prove that AB is equal to 6 meter. You have to prove that AB is equal to 6 meter. You have to prove that. So how can you prove? Very easy question. Let AB equal to h meter. Let AB equal to h meter. Now see. So first you have to write down some statement. So write down. Let h meter be the height of the your what? Height of the tower. So write down. Let h meter be the height of the tower. And ACB equal to, let me this one, ACB equal to theta. Let h meter be the height of the tower and ACB will be equal to theta. Okay. And ACB equal to theta. Then Just now I've discussed. Then ADB will be your 90 minus theta. Yes or no? Up to this clear? We have to prove that h equal to how much? We have to prove that h equal to 6 meter. So write down. So you can write let height of the tower AB. You can write let height of the tower AB equal to h meter. So then we have to prove that AB equal to h equal to 6 meter. Okay, we have to prove these things. Are this clear? Okay. Now see. Now, if you take triangle ACB, so I done. Now, in right angle triangle ACB, in right angle triangle ACB, your that's it. Here for this angle theta, your perpendicular will be AB, BC will be your base. It means tan theta will be your AB by BC. Yes. So you can have tan theta will be AB. AB is nothing but h, and BC is your 4. Yes or no? BC will be your 4. So tan theta will be h by 4. Give this one as number 1. Okay. Now again, if you take this triangle ADB in right angle, you can write in right angle triangle ADB tan this one 90 minus theta. Yes or no? Tan 90 minus theta. It will be your, now see, if the bigger one, for this angle AB will be perpendicular and BD will be base, so it will be AB by BD. Now see, these things I have already discussed. This type of expression, tan will change into cot. Yes or no? Tan 90 minus theta will be cot theta, sin 90 minus theta will be cos theta, then sec 90 minus theta will be cosec theta, again cot 90 minus theta will be cot tan theta, so it will be cot theta. Yes, so cot theta, will be equal to, what is the value AB? Nothing but h, and BD is your 9 meter, so 9. Now see, cot theta and tan theta. Now if you reverse it, tan theta, cot theta is equal to h by 9. So the value of tan theta will be 9 by h. Up to this clear? So value of tan theta will be your how much? From here, the value of tan theta will be, just reverse it, will be 9 by theta. Up to this clear? The value of tan theta will be how much? Value of tan theta will be your 9 by h. Yes or no? Give number 2. 9 by, up to this clear? As a cot theta is h by 9. So tan theta will be 9 by h. Yes or no? Now see from 1 and 2, here tan theta is h by 4, here tan theta is 9 by h. So from 1 and 2 we can equate. That means what can we conclude? We can conclude that h by 4 is equal to 9 by h. Yes or no? So write down from 1 and 2. So write down from 1 and 2, your h by 4. Now see, the left hand side and left hand side equal, tan theta. So your right hand side will be equal to right hand side. That means h by 4 will be equal to 9 by h. Now if you cross multiply it, it will be h square. Yes or no? Equal to, now 9 into 4, it will be 36. Now see, if h square is 36, then your h will be how much? What is the square root of 36? Square root of 36 is plus minus 6. Yes or no? Now see, h square is 36 So h will be your plus minus 6. That means h will be root over 36, and root over 36 is nothing but plus minus 6. Now the two value will get two value, but since it is a distance, and distance, since it is a distance, AB is a distance, and distance cannot be negative, so we have to take the positive value. So I don't, but distance cannot be, but distance cannot be negative. Okay. So h equal to 6 meter. Yes or no? Or h equal to 6. So I don't. Hence the height of the tower is 6 meter. That is, we have to prove no that height of the tower is 6 meters. So I don't. Hence comma, height h is nothing but the AB, and we have to prove that AB equals 6 meters. So the height of the tower is 6 meter. So hence proved. Yes or no? Hence proved. Yes. So this is our last question of the trigonometric chapter. So this will end our chapter. So from tomorrow we are going to discuss some sample paper question and the additional question. Then we'll start our next chapter. Okay. So thank you.